Hi guys, welcome back. It's Tracy with TR's Tarot Talk 1111. And I just, haven't done a Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine, Twin Flame reading in a while. And I'm going to wing it, guys. I'm not going to do anything too fancy. I just want to do an energy check-in to see where we are, because Venus and Mars is walking together, right? So let's just do this. Knock, knock, who's there? Not you, then who? Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine. I'm going to use 2 decks today. And I want to take a look at the Divine Masculine first. Okay, Spirit, where is Divine Masculine in his current situation? In his current situation, for those who are viewing this, we got the 2 of Pentacles. Where is Divine Masculine Collective at this time? Where is their energy currently at this time? Where's Divine Masculine's energy? The collective of the Divine Masculine's energy currently at this time. Oh, I like that. Okay. All right. So, oh, look at, and the Lovers is on the bottom of the deck. Holy crap. All right, let's get some clarifiers. Knock, knock. Who's there? Not you, then who? Divine Masculine. Collective of the Divine Masculine. Wow, we got some good energy here, guys. All right, Spirit, please clarify the 2 of Pentacles. Okay, can I get one more on the 2 of Pentacles and the 8 of Swords, please? Oh, okay. Can we clarify the 6 of Cups, please? Can we clarify the 6 of Cups for the Masculine Collective's current energy? Clarify the 6 of Cups. Why is the 6 of Cups here? Why is the 6 of Cups here? Okay. All right, one more on the 6 of Cups, please. Okay. Clarify the Ace of Cups. Why is the... Hold on, guys. We'll just try that again. Clarify the Ace of Cups. Why is the Ace of Cups here? What is this Ace of Cups in the Masculine's current energy? Okay. Oh, I like that too. Damn, Sam. All right, clarify the 9, or I'm sorry, the Hermit. Clarify the Hermit, Spirit. Why is the Hermit here? What's happening with this Hermit? Clarify. Okay, clarify that 6 of Pentacles. Let's get one more. I think I need one more on that Queen of Swords. Why is the Queen of Swords here? Okay. Bottom of the deck is the 10. Oh. Yeah, I'll take that. Oh, with Judgment. Let's take a look at this Lover's card. I forgot to clarify that. Clarify the Lover's card for Masculine's current energy. Clarify the Lover's card. 6 of Cups. On the bottom of the deck, awareness. Okay. So honestly, what I'm seeing here is the Masculine is still at the decision stage. But look at this beautiful energy. They're really kind of getting clear. They're having awareness. The Magician with the Knight of or the Page of Pentacles. This is really good, guys. So, okay, this is a card in this deck that is unique to the Osho Zen Tarot card. You know, it's when the Fool, because the tarot is all about the Fool's journey. And so on the Fool's journey, when you get to the end of a cycle, you become the master, right? It could be the master of just that cycle, or you could have mastered many, many lessons in many cycles on your journey. And so it feels to me like there is, it says find balance, which is the Two of Pentacles. A lot of DMs are currently juggling, you know, two different people, or there's choices and decisions in order to create balance with the Divine Feminine. Actually, I'm not even asking about the Divine Feminine, but she is kind of showing up here. This looks more like the masculine, because see here, they're daydreaming about the past and trying to become aware of all the decisions, all the past relationships, all the times they thought they were in love. And it seems like with the Fool, they're ready for something new, okay? But they're at the decision process where, you know, do I go left? Do I go right? What is my... Actually, that would be the Two of Wands. This is more about finding stability in their own energy through making a choice. And if you see on this card, we've got a baby, we've got a book, we've got a cup, we've got time, we've got a rose, we've got an engagement ring. And so your person really does have lots and lots of things. Well, I'm sorry, I'm channeling like I was for the zodiacs, not your person. The Divine Masculine could be your person if you're a Divine Feminine, but we're just looking at the Divine Masculine. There is guilt over having to choose. It feels to me like the Divine Masculine has lots of responsibilities, which is the distorted masculine's problem, right? It's, you know, I'm responsible for everybody and everything. I've got to supply the money. I've got to take care of the kids. I've got to, you know, learn my lessons. I've got to, you know, fill my cup. I've got to know when the timing is right. I've got to know what I love and what I want. And I've got to fulfill my commitments. There's so much on the Divine Masculine collective's plates. You know, we're talking the collective here. This is a collective reading, not a private reading. If you'd like a private reading, you can book one down in the description box below. And if you would like to do shadow work in order to create energy for union, and you feel like you need to do that, that's also an option down there for a deep dive if you're interested. But it looks to me like the masculine is looking at all the different things in their lives that they have committed to, right? Because over here we have morality. Now in this deck, it is the Queen of Swords. But it's also, for me, it's the energy of what you are supposed to do. It's that feeling of sacrificing yourself for others, right? Because the Queen of Swords has been there, done that, bought the t-shirt and the beer koozie. She knows what it's like to sacrifice herself for other people. And, you know, you become the Queen of Swords after being the Queen of Pentacles and the Queen of Cups. And the Queen of Wands. I mean, it's kind of that place where, you know, I was passionate. I pursued what I loved. I gave it my all. I nurtured and gave and gave and gave. And, you know, I was loyal and a good person. And I just got hurt, or I gave too much. The Queen of Swords is at the place in her life where she needs to put up healthy boundaries. And she needs to kind of look at where has all of her life force energy been funneled. And it's wanting or desiring to because underneath that is the Six of Pentacles. It's wanting to look at what is integral for everybody, including self. Not, I mean, she wants a little back. Six of Pentacles. She wants a little bit given back to her. The Queen of, and remember in tarot, Queen or King, it doesn't matter. It's energy. And we are looking at the masculine. But I feel like your person has just been a little overwhelmed with all of their duties, all the places that they've had to place their energy and funneled it out. And I think that they've given and given and given and given and given to their job, their children, if they have any. If they don't, it could be other children, you know, nieces, nephews, cousins, whatever, because there's always children in everybody's life, whether it's their own or not. And then there's this question of self-love, right? Versus duty. Duty to others and then duty to self. I think that the masculine is learning and mastering their guilt and shame and duties. Like it's this energy of the burden and morality. I mean, look at all this energy. It's like your person, I keep saying your person, I'm so sorry, guys. The masculine is looking at all the things in their life, all the things in their life that they have kind of promised to take care of. You know, I got to take care of the dogs, the property. You know, I'm the one that's got to fix the house and mow the lawn. I've got to work every day and bring home the money. And some of them are in third-party situations, but, you know, we're not really looking at singular. We're looking at collective. So not, when I'm reading for the collective, it's not going to show as much because it's not everybody's story. But it just feels like the divine masculine is looking at all the places that they bit off more than they could chew. And because of that, they became overwhelmed and out of balance, and they're feeling guilty because they had a duty. Morality. I had a duty to all of this. And because I didn't include myself, self-love, in my duties, I came out of balance. It was give, 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 and there was no receiving. And that's what they're desiring, right? A compromise. Can somebody, you know, I haven't a lot of people or circumstances in my life that are fulfilling me and making me feel like they're giving back to me. That was actually here. So they're kind of being in this hermit mode, right? They're going within and they're trying to find balance and self-mastery. And they are looking at the Six of Cups. We've got it here, clarifying the lovers. I don't know if you guys can see that. Let me look and see. I just want to make sure everything's in view. I could tilt it just a little bit. Okay, I think we got everything in view. So they're definitely going within, trying to master their feelings. Actually, it's like a sorting game is what Spirit's showing me. You know how these little kids, they sort things when they're trying to learn. You're trying to teach them what things go together and what things contrast each other. I don't know why Spirit's showing me that, but they're showing me it that way, as if the divine masculine right now is kind of sorting things out. They've been in hermit mode, right? They're looking at the areas where they feel stuck, Eight of Swords, where they feel guilt and shame and burdened, and where their morals lie. And it's not easy for them to just choose themselves. To choose themselves is almost goes against everything they were ever taught by their parent, right? Here's a father and a son. That's past energy. It's the Six of Cups. And here's the lovers, right? There's a lot of past memories and experiences that the divine masculine has had in his family dynamic and in his love relationships that really need healing in order for him to find confidence. And, you know, it really feels like they're balancing their feminine energy. I mean, it's mostly feminine energy here on the table. They're learning to balance their inner feminine with learning to love themselves. You know, the Queen of Wands loves herself. She knows she's beautiful. She knows what her gifts and talents are, and she is confident enough to share them with other people. But she also takes care of her own needs. She's a creator. She never sits in lack. She's if there's a lack in her life, she will create a way to have the abundance. And then she takes what she creates and shares it with others. And so it does look like King of Cups. Like your person is really balancing out their inner emotions, they're healing from the inside out in their emotional state. This is an emotional healing. Looking at their past, their family dynamic, their past lovers, their past relationships. And yes, I could read this with the DM or DF, Divine Feminine, in it, because I'm sure she is. But I'm going to wait and do that at the end. We're going to concentrate on just where is the masculine currently. All right, so now we've got the Ace of Cups. For me as a reader, when I'm reading one person's energy, and I'm not asking to read two people's energy, this reflects self-love. You know, in the Two of Cups, you've got two people with two full cups that are equal, that they want to bring together and share. There's no neediness. It's not like I'm showing up with an empty cup and they're showing up with a full cup and they're going to fill me and I'm going to fill them. That is what creates this Two of Pentacles out of balance energy. And so your person's learning the lesson that in order to have a balanced and fulfilling life for themselves, they need to incorporate their own dreams, their own happiness, their own love, self-love, right? And that's what's going to create forward movement away from all these burdens. I mean, Six of Swords is also moving forward, but it's moving forward having learned some hard lessons. And so, you know, we've got the representation here of pride. And we've got, you know, the masculine feeling like their pride has been ruling all of their travels, all of their, you know, their entire life has been ruled by the ego, wanting to be seen as somebody that is worthy. You know, the old generational programming was, you know, you're not allowed to cry, you're not allowed to express emotions. You know, boys don't cry, big boys don't cry. What's that song? There's a song where it whispers, big boys don't cry, big boys don't cry. It's a 70s song. Oh, it might come to my mind. Spirit's got it whispering in my ear. But, you know, they are rather, because the boys, when they're boys, are taught, depending on the parent, right? It depends on what the parents are. But this boy is holding this book here, and there's a little light coming off of it. And, you know, a father puts his hands on the boy's shoulders. The father thinks he's giving him support, but really what he's doing is he's controlling. This boy feels controlled. If you look at his face, you can tell the father's smiling, but the boy is a little leery, right? Look at, I got a little baby fly on me. Welcome spring. Go play. Probably a fruit fly. I just threw away a bad banana. But, you know, even in the Bible, it says the sins of the father are visited upon the son. It's just ancestral patterning. It's, you know, but your person is healing from that. And it doesn't mean that they didn't have a loving parent. It just means that their parents were taught and programmed to to kind of control the narrative when it came to boys, because we were raising warriors, right? I mean, we've had so many wars over the years, and boys were the ones that were, you know, expected to defend the women, defend the children, defend the country, defend the parents. It just feels to me like the masculine is really kind of looking at all of the things that they were taught to be in control of. The masculine, they're healing their distorted masculine, and they're embracing their divine feminine, which is exactly what we want to see happen, because then it produces in the external realm, in the physical realm. Your person is not really creating much at the moment in the physical realm, except for facing a choice of what they want to create in the physical realm and why they want to create it. And so self-love, your person is looking at self-love, and I keep saying your person, I'm so sorry. Divine masculine is looking at self-love and wanting to communicate, wanting to move forward, wanting to get out of this burden sometimes. They really want to free and liberate themselves, right? And so over here, we've got the Hermit. They're in Hermit mode. They're at the tail end by the looks of it, because it looks to me like this is why they're in all of this energy, is they're seeking awareness. They're awakening. Look, they're parting the veil. They've been doing shadow work, and they're seeing things in a different way. So they've gone within. This one says seek, right? They're seeking compromise, again, with Pentacles in their physical world. Your person, oh, fuck, I give up, man. The divine masculine is seeking in their personal physical world, because Pentacles represent physicality. They're seeking balance and compromise. They want to receive. I feel like the majority of the divine masculines right now have been in a very unbalanced life cycle, right? Where their needs haven't been met. And the reason why is because, remember, we create our external validation. Our external world is a mirror to our internal world. And so if the masculine has been giving and giving and giving, but not receiving, it's out of balance. And it's from a sense of duty. They were taught that's their place in the world, right? And so, you know, the feminines aren't the only ones that want healthy boundaries, that get tired of people taking advantage of them, tired of people overstepping their boundaries and expecting more from them than they're willing to give. And so we've got the Seven of Pentacles. Again, Pentacles are about your physicality. It's about your world. So the divine masculine is looking at the future, wanting to give birth to something new, wondering where to place. See, when you get to the Seven of Pentacles, you're on your way to the Ten of Pentacles, right? And this is a moment of self-reflection. All the sevens in the tarot deck are kind of a moment to assess where you're at and what your next move is. And so the divine masculine is looking at everything that he has planted in his life, where he's put his money, where he's put his trust, where he's put his energy, and what has he created thus far? What has he personally given birth to? And in this deck, it's the Patience card. And so when you get this card with the Hermit, this tells me that the masculine isn't really moving, even though we have the Eight of Wands. This is a desire for communication and movement, moving forward. This tells me they're not really there yet. They're assessing the situation. Because they went from the Six of Pentacles to the Seven of Pentacles. They're looking at all the people in their life. If they have a karmic, they're looking at their life partner. If they don't have a karmic, they're looking at their job. They're looking at their home. They're looking at, you know, their existence, their little garden, right? This is the garden. This is the garden. What is my garden growing? What have I planted? What do I still need to nurture? What needs to be pulled and released? And so your person is, shit, the divine masculine. You guys just transpose it, okay? If I say your person, just think divine masculine. They're looking at their garden. They're looking at the people and situations where they have co-created with others. And they're looking at whether or not they're receiving anything back. Seven of Pentacles. Is anything growing? Where I've placed my energy and focus and creation, am I happy with what is there, what I've created? Do I want to nurture this? Do I want to continue compromising? Is this something I want in my garden? And so they're at the point in their journey, which most divine feminines have already done, where they're putting healthy boundaries up. And they're choosing they're prioritizing what they want to nurture and give birth to for the future. And they could possibly be in an energy right now of this, you know, I can't communicate with you at the moment because I'm protecting. See, the Queen of Swords, I feel like the Queen of Swords is protecting what the masculine wants to create in the future. Healthy boundaries, right? And so the bottom of the deck was, I think this was the bottom of the deck, because then I clarified and got another bottom. So we have 10 of Pentacles, because that's what, you know, the Seven of Pentacles is the seeds that we plant to get us to that 10 of Pentacles. And so the divine masculine is looking at what their current life is creating, and what do they want to invest in to create this 10 of Pentacles, this, you know, legacy. What is my legacy? What do I want? It feels to me like a lot of these DMs that I'm channeling are a little bit older, you know, a little wiser, or maybe it's just their soul, because we do have past lives here, which is the Judgment card. This is just really good energy for the divine masculine. It just shows me that they really are doing their work. If any DFs are watching and wondering if they're doing their work, they absolutely are doing their work. They're looking at their past, they're looking at their current, and they're daydreaming about their future. And they're wanting to invest wisely in their physical. This is physical, guys. Physical. I mean, how many DFs, divine feminines, have been agitated and impatient because the masculine's not creating anything solid in the 3D. There's no There's no 3D experience between the two of them. But that's because they're in hermit mode, reflecting on making that judgment. You know, when you get the judgment card in a twin flame journey, that's the wake up. That's the awakening. That's doo-doo-doo. Gabriel is blowing his horn and awakening the 144,000 watchers or witnesses or twins, right? They're awakening. And they are going through a life review, literally, this life and past lives. The twins have to clear ancestral patterning. It's a rebalancing of the Akash. It's learning, it's doing a soul assessment. What have you learned? It's like God saying, okay, divine masculine, what have you learned in all of these incarnations that you've had, and all of the programming that you've learned through family, through your soul family, through the soul contracts that you've signed up for? Where are you on the grand scale of things? Because you chose this lifetime to unite wholly within yourself. This is calling back all of your bits and pieces, right? This is calling back all of your soul that you have separated from in order to create. And so this is like, their wake-up call. The masculine is awakened. They're aware. And they are looking to the future. They're very divinely guided. Magician. Page of Pentacles. So I like this energy. The masculine is doing their shadow work. They are aware and awakened. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that they know what twin flames are. They're the matrix twin, right? What they're awakened to is the fact that they are desiring change. And that's what they incarnated for, was to create change. But in order to create change in our external world, which validates our internal world, we first have to create change within the internal world. And so that's what the masculine is currently doing. They are assessing their internal world and their external world, and they're trying to get right with everything that they've built and what they want to leave as a legacy from all the lessons they've learned in all of these lifetimes. And, if they're in a third-party situation, if I want to bring this down into the 3D, the divine masculines are looking at where they've invested. My 10 of Pentacles. This could be family. This could be marriage. This could be children, grandchildren, their job, their career, everything. I mean, it's everything. It's judgment with the 10 of Pentacles. And this is part of the journey. I mean, the divine feminines have already gone through this. They're in the practice mode. Practice, 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 right? They're the adept moving into mastery. This is just an initiation to, it's a call from the divine to become the master. Self-mastery, right? Almost like the strength card, only better. This is not just mastering the self, it's mastering consciousness. It's becoming a powerful conscious creator with the magician. And they're very, very, very divinely guided. Look at the angel is pulling them forward, but they're looking backward. Because, when the judgment card comes up, it's the past, the present, and the future. And that's what they're going within to look at. They're looking at their past lives. When I had my awakening as a divine feminine, I had past life dreams and visions. And I learned about the ancestral patterning that my parents taught me. And I learned about my marriage and where I was at and was I happy. And it kind of feels like that's what the masculine is doing. And the Spirit's saying this takes time. This isn't something that happens overnight. On my own personal journey, it's taken me 3 years to really get to where I feel like I'm in alignment as far as knowing what I want. It took me 3 years to figure out what I want. When I cleared out and healed a lot of my past wounding, it took all my masks off, you know. I knew how to be a mother. I knew how to be a wife. I knew how to be, you know, in my career. And there were so many different hats and portrayals that we put on in order to co-create with other people. But in that, I got lost. I lost the true me. And I was constantly playing those roles, and I wasn't happy in them. And so it took me 3 years of not knowing what I want. I didn't know what I want. I just knew that what I had was not what I wanted. And so in order to figure out what I wanted, I had to kind of really sit in reflection on what I didn't want. And then you start weeding the garden, which is where the masculine is at. They're weeding their garden. Right? You start saying, okay, well, I've got this friend and they don't really treat me very well and they just bring drama and conflict into my life. So pluck, there goes that weed, right? This job just drains me of my life force energy. It's not really paying me what I deserve, and I'm constantly struggling to get ahead. And so pluck, there goes that weed, and now you're like floating out there. What do I do next? It feels like the masculine is weeding their garden and very divinely guided and aware that that's on a soul level, that that's what they're doing. All right, so let's pull these up. This might be a long reading, guys. So let's pull this up and let's take a look now at where is the divine feminine on their own personal current journey. Not together, Spirit. Divine feminine, knock, knock. Who's there? Not you, then who? Divine feminine on their own personal healing journey. That wanted to come out. Look at, I said healing journey. All right, that one wanted to come out in the bottom of the deck. Look at this. Look at this. Where's the divine feminine currently? It just wanted to be seen, guys. It was like, you don't have to shuffle. Here, we'll just give it to you. Sixes are about love and balance, right? It's the Star card with the Judgment card, the Six of Swords and the Six of Wands. I think I'll take those. They wanted to pop right out. So let's clarify. Let's clarify. Bottom of the deck is the Five of Pentacles and the Seven of Wands. Choosing your battles. The divine feminines are also at a 7. And a 7 is, you know, pause and reflection. The divine feminine is choosing their battles. They're looking at all of the obstacles yet to figure out on their own personal journey. And they're choosing to empower themselves. Look at the way this guy's standing here. Facing adversity, fighting for what she wants, standing up for herself, climbing her way up, right? Seven of Wands is when somebody elevates energetically or vibrationally, there's always that resistance. There's always those, you know, meddlers. There's our family and friends and people who don't want to see us leave them behind. And so there's a struggle to pull them back down. We've got the Hermit underneath there. And look at, oh, I love this. So this is the High Priestess. So the divine feminine is very, very, very tapped into spirit right now and being divinely guided on where to how to elevate timelines and to hold their frequency and not allow others to bring them back into this energy of not feeling good enough, not feeling worthy, not feeling chosen, this abandonment wound, this, you know, finances. This is in Pentacles. So this is physical. I feel physically like I am an outcast. Like now that I have elevated beyond my lack mentality, other people are trying to pull me back down. External circumstances are trying to pull me back down to feeling this way. So there's still healing here and faith that the divine feminine is working with, the star, shining her light out into the world. You know, the star is the brightest. It's the brightest, right? And it comes after a tower. The star always comes after a tower. The feminine has already done the defrag. Their life has already been tore apart, and they are currently trying to rebuild. And they're also having their awakening. They're farther along. In this deck, it's Blossom. It is the Judgment card, right? They kind of are learning through the awareness, through the awakening, through the choices that they've made already. They've chosen to elevate out of this woe is me victim mentality. They're blossoming. They're learning how to heal. Six of Swords. Look at the heart chakra lit up. And down here in the root chakra, it's grounding too, right? Grounding. It's grounding the love into Mother Earth and into physical reality. And she's seeing things differently. In this deck, she's parting the veil, right? Seeing beyond the illusion. Seeing the little old man behind the curtain. And then we've got the Six of Wands. I mean, how beautiful. Believing and succeeding. This is knowing she can do it. Knowing, that little fly likes me. Knowing that she can do it. This is how you manifest, by the way, is you make a decision, you desire it and visualize it, wish for it, choose it, follow it, you know, take the steps needed, and then have faith. It's not, I'll see it when I believe it. It's, if I believe it, I will see it. I like this energy. So knock, knock, who's there? Divine Feminine. Divine Feminine's energy, current energy on her journey. Where is the Divine Feminine currently on her own personal healing journey? All right, clarify. Let's start with the bottom of the deck this time. Clarify the Five of Pentacles. Why is the Five of Pentacles here? So we have, ooh, breakthrough and awareness. All right. With exhaustion. 2 9s, by the way. No, an 11, I'm sorry. This is Justice. I transposed. So 9 of Wands with Justice. So they are, it's, bottom of the deck is the Queen of Wands with the Fool. The feminine's been through the ringer. This awakening and this, you know, pulling them out of this victim mentality, because this is Chiron energy, right? The 9 of Wands is Chiron, the wounded warrior. And so she's recovering. She's had a breakthrough in awareness that she's not the victim. And she's still in the game. She's tired, she's wore out, she's a bit exhausted, but she did it. She absolutely did it. She broke through the matrix. She's had a breakthrough in awareness, and she understands now her value. I mean, justice underneath the Five of Pentacles. That's, I know my worth. I know what I deserve. I know that I matter. I know that, you know, what wasn't fair is going to be made right. I'm confident. I know how to create it for myself, and I know how to share it with others, and I'm ready for a new beginning. I've gone through the transformation. This is beautiful energy, guys. All right, so let's take a look at the Star card. Why is the Star card here? See that transformation? That is all about the Star card. It's what comes after the Tower comes down, right? And death happens. Now we're in the rebirth. All right, tell me about the Star card. Clarify the Star card for Divine Feminine's current energy, healing. So we've got the King of Pentacles here too, and this is funny because, you know, I do feel like in order for the twins to come into balance, they need to balance their own inner masculine and feminine distortions, right? And so I do believe that the healing that has happened in the emotional realm for the feminine is she's healing her divine masculine inside of her, which is also producing a healing for the divine masculine that she created, that they both created externally. And so she's healing her divine masculine, and it's showing in the divine masculine's current awareness. One more on the Star, please. One more on the Star card. Oh, we got two. So look at how you're mirroring each other, right? We have consciousness. That's the Ace of Swords with the Knight of Cups. This is trust in this deck. So she has had an epiphany through her journey, an awareness, right? Look at here. Breakthrough. She's had a breakthrough. And she now trusts that the divine masculine is healing and going to communicate is what it feels like. Even though I'm asking for just her energy, she's got clarity. She's tapped into the consciousness, the collective consciousness. And she's healed a lot of her inner masculine. And now she's at the phase of wanting to share the cup, wanting to take the next step. We did see the Fool's card underneath the deck. She wants to take the next step. And she's ready to speak, is what I'm getting. She's ready to speak her truth. She knows what she wants. She's not sure. I think there's a little, you know, with the healing card, she just really knows. She knows. It's like that high priestess. She has a conscious awareness that she can trust this is healing and that the wish is being granted. Her wishes, not with the masculine, maybe with the masculine, but her own wishes. She's used that sword to cut out all the weeds, to weed her own garden. And she has looked at her emotions and she has done the inner healing. And she is ready to share what she has and take that leap of faith and speak her truth. Probably to anybody and everybody that comes across her path, because she now knows her value. And she worked hard for that realization, for that breakthrough in awareness, consciousness. Tell me about the Judgment card. Why is the Judgment here for Divine Feminine? Five of Swords. See, she's no longer seeing lack in herself. You know, this is the Five of Swords in this deck is comparison. And comparison is the thief of all joy, right? Feeling like you're not good enough. Feeling like you're small compared to others. Like you're not worthy. You're not chosen. It's that five, that it's change. Wanting to change our conscious awareness about who we are and what our worth is. And the Five of Swords is always fighting. It's always stacking the deck to win, right? It's like, I want to win. And she's looking at, with judgment, how her behavior created this Five of Pentacles energy, comparing herself to others instead of comparing herself to her past self. We should never compare ourselves to other people. We should only compare ourselves to our past version of ourselves, because that's where the magic happens, right? It's like we're not in competition with anybody else. That's the false matrix. That's not real. That's fear, false evidence appearing real. The truth is, you only compare your current self to your previous self, and has there been growth? And that's where she is currently. She is comparing herself and finding conscious awareness that she's deserving. Clarify one more on judgment, please, for Divine Feminine's energy. One more for Divine Feminine's energy. Oh, we got 3. So we've got Innocence, 10 of Wands, and the Knight of Swords. So, you know, in this deck, the Innocence card is the Sun card. This is happiness versus suppression of happiness. This, again, is that fighting spirit, that Five of Swords. She was constantly fighting against other people, comparing herself to others, robbing herself of her own joy, suppressing her creative energy. 10 of Wands is creation, it's passion, right? So it's the end of a cycle for her of comparing herself to others and feeling like she wasn't good enough, like she wasn't able to create her own happiness without having to fight everybody to feel worthy of it. That's Divine Feminine wounding. You know, it's like the patriarch suppressed the feminine, their power, made them small, made them, you know, weak. And we kind of allowed it. We suppressed our own powerful creative energy and our own happiness and innocence because we didn't feel worthy of it. And we were fighting. What? Oh, look at integration. That's beautiful. So this is the balancing of the inner masculine and feminine. It's alchemy. It's temperance. The Divine Feminine is finding her inner healing within her masculine and feminine energy. Healing begins. No longer fighting, no longer suppressing her own happiness, no longer judging herself, judging and comparing herself. Tell me about the Six of Swords, please. Why is the Six of Swords here? Why is the Six of Swords here for Divine Feminine's current journey? There's that damn Queen of Swords. So you guys really are mirroring each other. So I wouldn't be a bit surprised to find out. Oh, my son just got home. I'm recording, Jesse. Be quiet, okay? So I wouldn't be a bit surprised if the Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine have both set up some kind of boundaries and possibly may not be speaking. But we'll look into their collective energy together here in a minute. But this is that Queen of Swords again. This is, you know, I'm tired of being victimized. I'm tired of people overstepping my boundaries. I'm tired of not having any boundaries. I'm tired of being quiet and suppressing when I really want to express. Knight of Swords. And so Knight of Swords can be harsh, can speak harsh words, and maybe, just maybe, harsh words has been spoken, and that's what's creating the healing, right? It's causing both masculine and feminine to go back into the cave, to go back into hermit mode, to take a look at more. It seems like there's been a trigger here somewhere, which is creating movement. It's creating a breakthrough. It's creating healing. But it's also been a bit of a battle to finally open up her throat chakra and speak her truth, and to set up those healthy boundaries. Tell me more about the Six of Swords, please. Clarify the Six of Swords for Divine Feminine's current energy. Ooh, the Nine of Swords. Ooh. So healing, this is what she's healing. She's healing the wounded feminine, the tainted feminine, the scorned feminine. And she's grieving. So it looks like Divine Feminines have been doing a little bit of shadow work too. Can I get one more? I want one more because I don't like to end it like that. Confusion. It's all about confusion. The Divine Feminine has clarity on her own journey. See, consciousness. She has clarity. But it's in the Divine Masculine and her current energy where she is confused. Page of Swords. She may even be spying, of course, especially if you're a Divine Feminine and watching this video. You're kind of spying, right? You're trying to find out. You're confused and worried, stressed, anxious, sad. Maybe because harsh words were spoken or boundaries were set up. And a compromise needs to happen. All right, so tell me about the Six of Wands. Why is the Six of Wands here for Divine Feminine? Why is the Six of Wands here for Divine Feminine's current energy? Why is the Six of Wands here? Courage, self-mastery. I love this. So the masculine showed the masculine master, which is masculine energy of self-mastery. And the feminine is showing the feminine energy. It's Leo energy. It is the Empress taming her inner masculine. So not only is she healing her inner masculine, she's also taming and with love and compassion, not fighting. Not fighting, but with love and compassion. She's found a place to express energetically that she understands. You know, in a lot of, not all of them, but in some of the decks that I've seen of the Strength card, I don't know if it's, well, in one particular deck, and don't ask me which one because I don't remember, it was the Empress helping the lion remove a thorn from its paw. And she had one hand gently on the muzzle, and the other was plucking the thorn. And so this is all about having the courage to face and heal her inner masculine. This is beautiful. This is the courage to overcome adversity. Can I get one more? Hold on while I yell at my kid. Jesse Michael! Jesse! Please turn your phone down and come close my bedroom door. Please? Maybe get you a snack and go in the spare room so I can't hear you. Sorry, this reading's been longer than I thought it would be. All right, tell me more about the Six of Wands. Six of Wands, Six of Wands, Six of Wands. Why is the Six of Wands here? Okay. Yep, look at that, guys. So I don't know. Let me see. Six of Wands is, you know, believing and succeeding. It's being recognized. It's knowing your value. It's, you know, it takes a lot of courage to stand up for yourself. It takes a lot of courage to lead others, right? Queen of Wands we had. And this is the High Priestess again, the inner voice. And the Lovers. She's understanding. She's actually having courage. She knows that this journey is hard and that not every twin flame makes it, right? Free will comes into play. And so even though the seed fell on a wall of stone, it dug itself down into the mortar, into a place where there was moisture collected and the sun, and grew despite all of the adversity, all of the odds being stacked against it. The feminine is in her power. She's recognizing that she has the strength and courage to shine. And her third eye has been opened. She is the representation of the upper chakras. She is the 5D twin, and the masculine is the matrix twin. And so she's chosen. She's made her choice. And it wasn't an easy choice to make, but her intuition tells her that her and her masculine belong together, and she's chosen union. This is a choice card. It wasn't easy. And I feel like she still wavers a little bit in this knowing. But on a very, very deep level, she knows that this is a soul contract. This is the twins. She's accepted the twin flame journey. See, here they're separate. Here they're unified. And the heart with wings. As above, so below. This is the union. All right, I like this energy, guys. Now remember, it's a collective reading. Not everybody's at this point, but we are looking at the majority. Majority rules, right? All right, so now I want to take a look at masculine and feminine's energy together. Like I said, this is going to be a long reading. Going to be here a hot minute. All right. What is the masculine's current thoughts, please, toward his feminine? Only his feminine. Nobody else's energy, please. No intrusion. Sacred circle of the divine masculine, divine feminine. What is the masculine thinking currently? Current thoughts about his divine feminine. What are his current thoughts about the divine feminine? What is the masculine's current thoughts about the divine feminine? Current thoughts about the divine feminine. Current thoughts, please. Sacred thoughts. Ah, Seven of Swords. Seek the truth. So, touching this, I'm picking up imagery. Here's the feminine rendering the veil. And here's the masculine being of two minds. We've got the Vesica Pisces with the yoni right here. The yoni represents the bridge between two timelines, two thoughts, two choices. Right here is where union happens. It's the 0 point energy. It's nothing with the potential of becoming anything. It is the birthing canal of consciousness. And the feminine has created, she's rendered the veil. She's caused the masculine to take a look at his past behavior versus and intentions versus what he wants to create for the future. It's his duality. It's his fears versus overcoming those fears. It's running versus seeking. Seek the truth. The feminine has, because it's the feminine right here, has created within the masculine a desire to look deeper, to look deeper, to seek the truth, to remove the masks, to question, what do I really want? Who is the real me? And why have I been lying to myself and others in my own experience? And she's shown him somehow, some way, maybe currently, maybe you had those words, right? Maybe those boundaries were set. And the feminine has kind of laid the foundation of, you need to take a look at what you truly want. And I deserve and want honesty, clarity. And the masculine is aware of that. In his mind, he's aware that she wants the truth, that she's not going to quit seeking the truth. I'm going to clarify that because I want to know how that makes him feel. But right now we're looking at his thoughts. His thoughts are, she sees right through me. She sees through the lie. I can't pretend anymore because she sees right through me. Okay. What are his current feelings toward the feminine? Current heart space toward the feminine. Clear, concise messages, please. Heart space, divine masculine toward the divine feminine. What is the current heart space between the divine masculine toward the divine feminine? Oh, there's that 0 point, guys. Right there. Right there. Trust. She has shown him that he needs to be trustworthy. And he realizes he trusts her and that she should be able to trust him too. She trusts him, even though he hasn't always been trustworthy. She's ready to take that leap of faith with him. In his opinion, we're going to take a look at her opinion in a minute, but in his opinion, in his heart space, he wants a new beginning with her because he thinks she's ready. So what are his intentions toward his... Ooh, that was quick. His intentions are to trust his guidance. His intentions are the High Priestess. Trust his inner guidance. He's listening. He's listening. He's listening to the divine, and he's listening to whatever, because sevens are expression. I think there could have been a conversation where there was a boundary put up in the feminine, you know, kind of put him on notice. I know the true you, and I want a new beginning. And the masculine listened. And now they're in hermit mode. Remember, they're in hermit mode and they're listening to their own intuition. This is good news, guys. This means that the masculine is now listening to his higher self. Good news. What is his next inspired action? What is his, well, let's just say, what is his next action? What will he do next? What is the potential action? He's confronting his demons. He's doing shadow work. This is the moon. Look at that imagery. He's confronting his childhood. He's looking at his shadow. He's integrating. He's listening to the divine. Seeking. There we go. Alrighty. Alrighty. I'll leave that there. Oh, and look at, he's seeking. Oh, yes, he's opening up. He wants to be happy. The Sun card. No, it's not, is it? Yes, it is. Oh, he's finding his inner feminine. He's seeking the divine feminine within himself. And that's going to create energy of the divine, finding the divine feminine in the external world too. All right, let's take a look at the divine feminine. What is her current thoughts? Her current thoughts about her masculine is the Four of Cups. Opportunity beckons. She has given some kind of an olive branch, or she somehow, some way has offered her cup. And she's kind of patiently waiting for the masculine. Look at, I love the way it's playing out here. This is the masculine standing, looking out over the horizon, contemplating whether or not he's going to accept this cup. And she knows that's where he is currently. She knows that. Those are her thoughts. He knows I love him. He knows I have expressed and offered my cup. And this is an opportunity, but I'm waiting for him to choose. What are her current heart space feelings toward the masculine? What is the current heart space? The Star. She has hope. She has faith. She wants this to heal. She has faith. This is her wish. He is her wish. And she's holding on to faith in her heart that he will free himself and open his heart chakra and shine. What are her intentions currently toward the masculine? Her current intentions toward the masculine. We've got the Hierophant. In this deck, it's called Teach and Reach Out. She's learning. She's actually waiting. I'm not sure I like this energy of waiting, but it's like she knows. She's learned a lesson that's teaching her that collaboration is going to happen. It's like she's hoping. She's hoping that the masculine is learning that, you know, the Hierophant is all about teaching those lessons. It's like she's learned lessons and now she's sitting here kind of waiting. She doesn't want to elevate too high for fear that he won't catch up, which really isn't the highest and best intentions, but it is intention. She intends to patiently wait for him to learn his lessons. So what are her next inspired actions? What will be her next action toward her masculine? What will be her next action toward the masculine? Ah, Ace of Cups. All right, so she really, really, really wants a new start. She wants that Ace of Cups. She wants him. Look here, she's offered it. And she's waiting for him to reach out and let her know that he's had a recognition, he's learned something, that he wants to accept that cup. And she's still offering that cup. But the bottom of the deck is the Eight of Cups. And it tells me that she's willing to walk away until he's ready to become her divine masculine. Till he's ready to free himself, to awaken and free himself and become the divine masculine. She has offered her cup, and she is going toward her own abundance and love. She's chosen self-love, and she's willing to give him the space. This isn't a permanent moving on. This is a withdrawal. I'm going to go pursue my own Nine of Cups, my own happiness, my own fulfillment, because I deserve it. But she knows that he's doing the work. Well, I don't know that she knows it. I think she's hoping that he will free himself from whatever limited beliefs he has. See, this is shadow work, right? Here's the masculine. He's in the shadows. He doesn't have a crown on. Here he is with the crown on, and he's holding the knowledge. And here is the knowledge. And so, you know, her actions and behaviors and everything she's done is teaching him. It's part of the sacred knowledge, right? She's teaching him through her own role modeling, because, you know, she does it first. This is the inner masculine and feminine that is expressed through an external experience. There's that giving and receiving again. It keeps coming back to the Six of Pentacles. And she's resting, right? She's resting. She's moving on. She's taking a break. She's allowing him to go through the awakening and to free himself from his shadow and to learn the lessons. This is really good energy. I don't need to clarify these. I think this is a pretty clear message. I don't need to clarify this at all. So I want to take a look at knock, knock, who's there? Not you, then who? Divine Masculine's current energy. What is Divine Masculine's current block? What is his biggest block on his shadow work? Where is he spinning wheels? Where is he currently working in his shadow? Ooh, seduction, attraction, flirting, dating, hooking up, temptation, third-party interference. So for some of you guys, the biggest. So remember, we're reading for the majority, not the minority. So if this isn't your story, just know that we are looking at the majority. If you want a private reading, there is a link in the description box. But what's going on here for most of the Divine Masculines is there's another karmic third-party interference. Now, it doesn't have to be a marriage or a love relationship. It could literally be addictions. It could be any everything has its own energy. And when it's not shared energy, it's a third energy. But we have attraction, flirting, dating, hooking up, temptation, third-party interference. The masculine has another relationship because it says right here, Grim Reaper, the relationship is over. No second chances. Grow and transform your life. They're doing their shadow work because they've got that Two of Pentacles, right? This or that. And so the majority of Divine Masculines have a third-party situation that they need to let go of because it's over with. It's done. It's over. It's time to grow, to leave it behind and to grow and transform your life. Now, if you don't have a third-party situation, they could just be kind of a player, right? They like to seduce other women. They like to be single. They like to be free. They like to flirt and date and hook up. They're easily tempted. Third-party interference, and that could be any third party. Just take what resonates. You already know. It's not like you're not aware of what your circumstances is with your divine masculine. All right, so what is, knock, knock, who's there? Not you, then who? The divine feminine. Let's reach into the divine feminine right now, Spirit. What is the divine feminine's current biggest block toward her masculine? What is her biggest block toward union? Healing heart, healing from heartbreak, freedom from toxic relationships or addiction. Bottom of the deck is the golden mirror, self-absorbed narcissist, one-sided relationships, and love bombing. She's healing from the past. Oh, and the runner. I'm not going to go into all that, but yes. Yes. So, healing her heart and the past. She's probably had a lot of narcissistic behaviors from past loves, maybe even from her masculine. She's healing all of the one-sided relationship. But the problem with a one-sided relationship is when you don't have self-love, it is one-sided. It's all you. You're giving all the love away, but you're not cultivating any within you, so nobody's giving it back. And so she's healing her heart and understanding her own contribution to the runner-chaser dynamic is she was attracting vibrationally this self-absorbed narcissist, one-sided relationship, love bombing, outdated thinking, conditioning, replaying events over in your head. She's healing her past relationships. And he's currently releasing past relationship, which could even be a current relationship, but it's dead and over. And Spirit's saying clearly it's dead and over. And that it needs to be, it says the relationship is over. No second chances. Grow and transform your life. Now, I just got another message off of this that could pertain to some of you because it's a collective. Your masculine could be his idea of making amends with you or the divine feminine. I keep seeing, anyhow, with the divine feminine. His past behaviors could be to flirt and cheat. And, it's the Seven of Swords. It's his past behaviors. And so if he's not in a current relationship that's over, this could be his fear that this is over. And so he wants to love bomb. And she is setting up healthy boundaries because she's healing her heart. And that past behavior is no longer going to be adequate. That's one way you can look at this. Take what resonates, leave what don't. Okay? So now we've looked at the block. Let's get some advice. That's what I would like to do. Let's get some advice. Knock, knock. Who's there? Not you, then who? My viewer. This is my viewer. Okay? I don't care if you're the masculine or the feminine. This is for the viewer. Advice for my viewer. What is your current advice for the viewer? Who's watching this? What is the current advice for who is watching this video? What is your advice for who is watching this video? All right. Bottom of the deck, denial. Detach with love to clearly see the truth. And it looks like that's what she's done. I think I think he's the one. And this is my opinion, okay? I'm a divine feminine, so it might be a bit biased. Take what resonates. But if you're the feminine watching this, the masculine has been in denial. And so the feminine has chosen to walk. She made her offer. She offered her cup. And she's chosen to walk away, to detach, so that he can have clear energy. She's pulled her energy back and given him the opportunity to reflect and choose. And so she's detached with love. It's because of her love for him that she pulled her energy back. She made her offer. She spoke her truth. She put up a boundary, and then she detached with love so that the masculine could clearly make his own choice. We have obsession. Someone in this connection is gripped by obsessive thoughts. Now, that could be you, that could be them, and usually, I'll be honest, it's both of you. Then we have addiction, and addiction is affecting this relationship. And this addiction could very well be this seduction, attraction, flirting, dating, hooking up, temptation, third-party cheating, lying, chasing, running. And then over here, you know, the feminine's addiction is codependency and attracting one-sided relationships because she didn't have the love within herself to attract a two-sided love, right? It was all self-sacrificing love, codependency. So both parties are fighting this addiction of, you know, being the player and being the victim. Then we have true love. This love is emotional, physical, and unconditional. That's beautiful right there. We have boundaries. Firm boundaries are needed now. I think that's exactly what has happened. And we have intuition. You already know the answer you seek. And the bottom of the deck is fate. This is a destined partnership. Retreat, time alone or in nature will help you recharge. All right, what other advice do you have for my viewer at this time? Knock, knock, who's there? Not you, then who? The viewer, please. Just the viewer. Just the viewer. Whoever clicks on the video, what is your advice for the viewer at this time? What is your advice for the viewer? All right, what do we got? Love yourself first. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. We have forgiving and learning. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moment. That's what she's doing, and that's what he's doing with the Seven of Swords. He's thinking about, you know, all of the things that he's done, possibly this behavior. And then we have very soon, clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. And we have wedding. This situation involves marriage. Now, that could be literal. One or both of you could be in a third-party situation with that card. I would think it was the masculine, but this is also about sacred union. The two of you are already married in the 5D. I mean, you're one soul sharing two experiences. And so this is, I do believe, the masculine for some of them, maybe the feminine, it doesn't matter. You could be in a female body, but you could be the masculine energy. If you're still in a marriage and you're trying to sort things out, financial issues, right? You know, well, if we divorce, you get this, I get that, we share this, whatever. I mean, finances are involved in any wedding. And if there isn't a third-party situation, you know, this is the divine union. We have mission work when we come together, and we need a very firm financial foundation in order to come together and create that mission. So, you know, that's why we're becoming the magicians. We're learning how to manifest our abundance separately so that when we come together in this wedding, we have the financial stability together to create our legacy, which is change, unconditional love. All right, knock, knock, who's there? Not you, then who? My viewer, Just the viewer, please. From the viewer's perspective, advice for the viewer at this time. Advice for my viewer at this time. Advice for my viewer at this time. Advice for the viewer at this time. Advice for the viewer at this time. Wow, you got a lot of advice. But, and look at it. It's all yellow. 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 What's this? Oh, this is throat chakra. And that's the crown chakra. So here is, this is the sacral. Denial. I acknowledge my fear, but I replace it with the insight of awareness. Spirit wants you to quit denying the things that you're afraid of, but to face them and to replace it with knowing, right? Know what your fears are so that you can meet them and understand them and transmute them. And then we have success. I know there is no greater goal than to love. This is Spirit telling you. Success is yours to have. Blame. I accept responsibility for my own well-being. This is self-love. This is also understanding your part. Whoever the viewer is, whether you're a masculine or feminine, you both played a part in this dynamic that needs to be owned and transmuted and recognized, not denying your own blame. Then we have freedom. I possess the power and the free will to create my own happiness. That's this. Spirit is saying. The masculine is currently in the cave, right? The hermit goes to the mountain to talk. I used to say, my long-term saying is that the hermit goes to the mountain to talk to God about a devil. But then I kind of remembered in my Christian history that Jesus went to the mountain and talked to the devil and God. And so when you're seeking, you're facing your demons and you're being tempted. Temptation, isn't that what we had right here? Temptation. No, seduction. Sorry. But there is temptation on the card. And so the masculine's facing that, and the feminine so they've walked away currently in order to go within. They didn't really walk away, they went within. And the feminine is giving space. She's moved away, she's withdrawn her energy, she's going after her own freedom. I possess the power and the free will to create my own happiness. Bottom of the deck is patience. I accept that everything happens in divine order. All right, knock, knock. Who's there? Not you. Then who? Oh, we had another one. I forgot. Indecision. I use my intuition in all aspects of life. So if you've yet to decide, Spirit's saying, make sure you go into that intuitive side and understand. Don't deny and have patience. Indecision. And that is the crown chakra, right? So whoever's watching this, if you're faced with a decision, be decisive. Wow, okay. I didn't even get to ask. So we have Winter's Dream. Advice for the viewer, please. One more for advice for the viewer. Advice for the viewer. Advice for the viewer, please. Thank you. We'll take the bottom deck. We have Perfect Storm, the courage to step into life. So all of the chaos and probably Tower moment, because the star only comes after a Tower moment. So it feels like, both of you have had that perfect storm, that awakening. This is the awakening of the heart chakra. The courage to step into life. It's master number 44. Here we've got Winter's Dream. It's a 9, right? 9s represent a divine ending of a cycle. It's the last push. It's the final push to get you to an ending and a new beginning. It's the Winter's Dream. Gestation period. That's that patience. Spirit's saying, everything goes into hibernation in the winter, but it always comes back with renewed life in the spring. Here, where I'm at, we are just now approaching spring. So we have gestation period, and we have spirit of the river, movement toward adventure. It's a number 50, which breaks down to a 5. Now, if you guys don't mind, I know this has been a very long reading. We're going to wrap it up here. I got one more deck, and then we're all done. But I do want to read from the book for these because this is a very powerful book. This is The Shaman's Dream Oracle by Alberto Villoldo, and Colette Baron Reed. Beautiful deck, beautiful, beautiful collaboration. And so we're going to start with 50 first. Actually, let's start with the lowest number first. Let's do 44. Perfect storm. An invitation to act now, the courage to step into life, sheltering from turbulence. When the perfect storm appears, it cautions you to be ready for an exciting, if turbulent time. The winds are picking up, and you need to make sure that you are close to the eye of the storm, or you will be buffeted by gusts that may take you far from where you need to be. The key is to remain centered and balanced and bear witness as the forces build in intensity. Notice how the loose stuff is starting to fly around, and recognize how little of it you truly need. Let go of those thoughts, beliefs, and attitudes that clutter your heart and cloud your mind. Then the storm will be absolutely perfect for you. If you wonder what you might lose during the perfect storm, know that it is those things we are most attached to that are taken first, as if life were trying to unburden us of our righteous self-importance. Let it all go with the wind. The less you resist the change brought by the perfect storm, the happier you will be. Ride the winds to your next destination. Embrace the rain or snow. Remember that every time you try to argue with nature, you will lose. The perfect storm can also be a call for you to seize the moment. There might be a great opportunity, and we did have opportunity beckons right here. Carpe diem. A call to seize the moment. There might be a great opportunity that you need to take advantage of right now. Carpe diem. Here, time is of the essence. It may be gone shortly, so do not hesitate. Go ahead, bite off more than you can chew. Take the storm on in all its terrifying greatness, experiencing the fullness of life. You will succeed. And we did have success somewhere. I don't remember where, but we did have it. So I'm not going to dig for it, but we did have it. No, I got rid of it somehow, but we did have it. There is more on the bottom of this deck that I think is relevant. We have trust. It's safe to trust in this situation. I didn't dig real deep on the bottom. This is a divine counterpart connection, twin flame, awakening. Both people in the connection are undergoing spiritual transformation. Put away the computer. Working less and having more fun will help strengthen your relationship. This is get away from watching too many of these readings. Watch one and then trust it and just go and have fun, right? Go. The higher your vibration and the less you try to control the outcome, the more quickly it resolves itself in the perfect storm. We have retreat. Time alone or in nature will help you recharge. And fate. This is a destined partnership. It was all right there, guys. I just didn't dig far enough. So the perfect storm is this opportunity. This is seize the opportunity. And opportunity beckons. I think the Divine Feminine has given kind of, not really an ultimatum, but she's offered her cup. She's spoken her truth. She's made her intentions clear. And then she withdrew her energy to allow the masculine to go through the process of his decision making. And it hasn't been easy. It's taking a lot of heart healing in order to do that. Healing heart. Seeing in that mirror. And reliving past events. So next we've got number 50. Spirit of the river, movement toward adventure, addiction to problems, allowing and trusting the current. The spirit of the river invites you to step into the flow. See, that's going and having fun. Stop micromanaging. I like these kind of readings too, but if you've noticed, if you're a returning viewer, if you've noticed, I don't do a lot of twin flame readings anymore because I think when we focus too much on the problems, we create more problems. We should be focused on happiness, joy, doing fun things, cultivating our own financial stability, and allowing the universe to kind of take care of things. But in order to do that, we really did need to make the offer and speak our truth. We needed to remove those masks and be authentic. And a lot of feminines, I think, have done that. So again, the spirit of the river invites you to step into the flow, to stop swimming against or avoiding the current. Allow the waters to carry you downstream, away from the eddies and whirlpools. It's time to heed the call of a new adventure waiting for you. Stop working on the problem for a while, because when you work on the problem, you create more problem. Where you focus your attention is what you're creating. The issue is not what it seems. It is your addiction to fixing what has gone bad that is consuming so much of your time. Work to create a greater good, and the bad will resolve itself on its own. There is nothing that you can accomplish with more efforting, as a situation in your life right now are subject to forces beyond your control. Recognize this. Step back and trust the flow. There is no loss of face or lack of honor or integrity. It is simply the way things are at this moment. When this card appears, it is time to say yes to the next leg of your journey. Your life is like a river, inevitably and inexorably flowing to the sea, which is your divine destination. Be fearless and release yourself to the rushing water in the middle of the stream. Wherever it is you are holding, whatever it is you are holding on to, the feelings, the thoughts, the beliefs about how things are or how they should be or could be, can be fixed easily with the power of the spirit of the river. Simply let go and enjoy the thrill of the ride. All will be well. That's profound, guys. That's hard to do, but it is profound. And I feel like that's what the feminine is really working hard to do. I just think that there is, you know, it's not easy for her either. So we have number 63, which is Winter's Dream. Gestation period, sanctuary, conscious awareness. The Winter's Dream is a summons to go within. Your life force longs to turn inward, like the sap of trees returning to the roots. Cast your gaze toward the deep and hidden places in your heart. Come to rest again in the sanctuary and safety of your soul and be at peace, basking in your crystalline clarity in that quiet place. This is not hibernation. Do not fall asleep. Take your quiet, wakeful nature with you into stillness and know that you are replenishing your life force. Trust the deeply buried seeds inside your soul, the ones you planted even before you were born. They are stirring softly, ready to awaken with the spring. But do not try to rouse them early. Be patient, right? Instead, surrender to the quiet of Winter's Dream. Winter's Dream can lull you into a slumber where you can lose consciousness and become caught in a nightmare. Awaken, awaken. Find that easy return to wakefulness that brings you clarity. This is the time to set your priorities in order, yet not act on any of them. Allow the clarity and transparency that comes with Winter's Dream to permeate your heart and soul. The time for action will come later. Remember that all things are born of dreams, and your task is to wake up within the dream, to lucidly guide it to your chosen destination. That's beautiful, guys. If you don't get that, then that's where you need to work to get that, is patience. To be in the flow and to be patient and to watch the storm instead of allowing yourself to become part of it. All right, knock, knock, who's there? Last message, please, for my viewer. Last message for Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine viewers. I'm hoping with the Masculines Awakening that they will be clicking on this video too to get guidance on their own journey. All right, last message for Divine Masculine and Divine Feminine. Advice for the viewer, please. Advice for the viewer, please. Advice for the viewer. Ooh. There it is. I knew there was something there that wanted to come out. Oh, okay. We got a lot of advice here, too. All right, bottom of the deck. When you pass from this world, you take nothing with you but your soul and the memories you've shared with those you love. So if there's a worry, maybe on the masculine or feminine side, about worldly possessions and money and finances, and maybe we've been putting all of our energy in the wrong place, Spirit's reminding us that nothing goes with us but love. And so back to love, right? We have, you may not always understand why certain things happen. However, there is always a higher purpose to the events in your life. Through turmoil, perfect storm, a blessing will soon be revealed. We have, only time will tell. And here we have time. You are trying too hard. Give it time. So there's a very, very heavy, heavy message here to be patient. We have forgiveness. Stop focusing your energy on past events, for life is too precious to waste. You create your reality by what you think, dream, and imagine. Again, another message to not focus on the problems, right? Do an energy check-in every now and then get out there, get away from the computer, live your life and dream the dream, and allow that dream to come towards you. We have healing. Imagine yourself and your beloved surrounded by light. Feel your relationship being healed this very moment. And then look at, if you do all of this and allow the flow to just take you, we have romance. Cupid's arrow strikes. All right, guys, this has been your Twin Flame, Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine update. And I hope you enjoyed it. And because I only did this because of the Venus and Mars are currently walking together. This is union energy if you use it right. Okay, so I love you guys, and I will catch you on the next upload. Namaste.